Okay, Saul, season is chugging right along.
Yes, it is.
And here we are in week 6, and we have some very, very intriguing, interesting, exciting matchups this week.
Yeah.
Let's start with Deal Harbor. You have the 8-2 SmackDown versus the 6-4 Maccabees. We have SmackDown and the Maccabees.
SmackDown.
It's SmackDown with the Maccabees. SmackDown sweep.
Really?
Yeah.
So you have a SmackDown sweep.
And SmackDown, they're gonna sweep. Yeah.
All right.
SmackDown. I'll take SmackDown.
Maccabees coming off a very impressive sweep over Mean Machine. SmackDown coming off a very impressive sweep over Team Butter.
And you know what, Norman, it's with 2 weeks left, but Maccabees have to be thinking bye at this point, you know? They swept me. They were average with their sweeps, getting swept, this, that, and they swept Mean Machine. Now they're above average. Now they're, what'd you say they were?
They are 6-4.
6-4. So
if they sweep this week,
that's a bye.
For sure it's a bye, and they could, well, not for sure, because also, don't forget, there's 4 more games left. Mean Machine is there, White Walkers are there. There are still teams that could get the bye, that are alive for the bye. But let's say they sweep this week, they could even think about the number 1 seed.
Exactly.
Because if they sweep, both teams would be 8-4, going for that number 1 seed, home field throughout the playoffs.
Yeah, which is extremely important. That's number 1. Number 2, also, Norman, the new playoff rules is that you don't get to choose your team, right?
That's correct. So the 1 seed is going to play, the lowest remaining seed, and you're not going to pick who you want to play and make it a whole big thing where the other team shows up. No matter who you pick, there's someone screaming, "How'd you pick us? How'd you pick us?"
Right.
So we're done with that.
Good games.
So one other thing I just wanted to say: after this week's upcoming games, the field assignments for the final week on Father's Day may change, because if we have a situation where there could be a play-in game for the final playoff spot, we need those games on the same fields. So we've tried very hard to be balanced. We've tried very hard to give firemen's to the same amount of weeks to each team, Deal School, same amount of weeks to each team, racetrack. Of course, with the rain, things got mixed up. With Dow Avenue 1 week, things got mixed up, but we did try to keep it balanced. But just bear with us for the final week, where fields might have to move around a little bit. For this week, the fields are set.
Right.
So
that would be played right after
the playing game. So it would be played right after, or if we could get the teams to agree, maybe they want to come back in the evening at 4 o'clock. Or if they agree, we could even do a Monday or Tuesday night at 5 o'clock. It's only 1 game. We could do 6 o'clock. We could even push it to the Friday if they want to. It's really, it's going to be up to the teams that are in play, but we'd have to know from before the week.
Right.
Normally, I'd say straight triple header. It is Father's Day, so that adds another element into it. But we'll see. We'll figure it out as we go.
You know what? I think you'll see, if it does come to that, I think you'll see teams saying, let's get everybody there at 4 o'clock. It's a wild card. It's exciting. It's 1 game.
It is very exciting.
It's game 7 for both teams.
Listen, I hope it happens. We're always looking for everyone to be in play.
Right.
So anyway, SmackDown 8-2, currently in first place against Maccabees 6-4. What do you think?
This is a tough game to predict, because Maccabees showed a lot last week, but then again, SmackDown, almost like under the radar, swept. Now they're 8-2. I don't think any team's going to take a huge advantage here. I think they'll split. I think that they'll both be in prime positions to control their fate with the bye next week. But I don't think anyone's going to take it outright. I'm going to go with a split.
I'm going to go with a Maccabees sweep. I think that they are finally, it took them longer than I expected considering the veterans on the team, but they're finally coming together to the team that I thought they were at the draft. I've caught Mikey Shalom more than anybody. This is the time of year when he steps up. You saw what he did to Mean Machine last week. 3 runs in 14 innings against a high-powered offense. He's going to pitch well. I think the Maccabees have the best defense in the league when you weigh outfield and infield together. A.B. Jeff in center is like an outfielder and a half. He covers so much ground. He's so good. And then you put Bub in right field, Marishama at short. David A. is playing good at third base. Lee at second is, top second baseman. Zolta at the plate. They just have a phenomenal defensive team. I really think Mikey's coming into a zone, as he does at this point in the season usually. So I think the Maccabees are going to sweep SmackDown this upcoming week. Okay, next game. I think we should go to the... You want to go there?
Just to follow the course.
All right, fine. Let's go Deal School Maine. Saul making the executive decision to go to Deal School Maine. White Walkers at 6-4. They're tied with the Maccabees. They also have to be thinking bye. They're coming off a split with one hit without their starting pitcher Leo.
Right.
Who's back this week? And against Butter at 4-6.
Butler, White Walkers. I'll take Butler. Switching.
Butter versus White Walkers. Butter. They're gonna. What are my choices again?
Either team could sweep or they could split the two games.
They're probably gonna split.
Okay. What about Butter and White Walkers?
Butter.
Butter to win both?
Maybe.
Border with Whites is 1-1. One game each.
One game each for who?
Yeah. Second one. Border with White Walkers.
Good. Your thoughts?
It's funny because you never expected Butter is a team that no one can expect. You think they're gonna sweep, they get swept. You think they're gonna get swept, they sweep.
Very hard to
So
predict the
you
Butter.
can't predict them. It's almost the way their attitude works, So because of that, I'm gonna take a wild guess here. I'm gonna say that they get swept by the White Walkers. I think that the Walkers are gonna see this bye. I think the Butter's a little down in their luck. I saw Tuna, Barracuda, whatever you want to call him. I saw him Sunday night. He didn't seem too happy about the way he pitched, and because of that, I'm gonna say they continue their little down streak, and they're gonna get swept.
So Butter actually battled with SmackDown. That was a very close game one. It was 6-all late in that game, 5th inning, 6-all. Butter has a lot of resiliency. Right when you think they're going to be out, they tend to come back. However, I don't love this matchup for Butter. I think it's a bad week to be playing the White Walkers. White Walkers are coming together as a group. John just went 7 for 8 against Max Yedid. Joe Greenberg just went 7 for 8. They just rallied behind Eddie Rishti on the mound. They have a lot of veteran leadership. I just feel like the later you get in the season, the veteran leadership matters more and more. So I sort of like the White Walkers there. However, again, Butter, you count them out and they come back.
So hard to count them out.
You really can't count them out. Saul, I hate to do it.
You go sweep. White Walkers.
I hate to do it because I love that Butter team.
Yeah.
I'm going White Walkers sweep. I think the White Walkers are a top team in this league, and I think they're coming together at the right time. So I agree with you on that one. Sorry, guys. I love you. Still love you. Don't kill me. Next one. Lumber Kings versus Mean Machine on Fireman's East.
Can I help you?
Yes. Please tell me who's going to win the softball game between the Lumber Kings and Mean Machine.
Hold on. Let me think about this.
Lumber Kings or Mean Machine? They play 2 games, so one of the teams could win both or they could split.
I guess I'll go with the Mean Machine.
Mean Machine to win both?
Right.
Okay.
All right, we got Lumber Kings versus Mean Machine. I'll take Mean Machine twice, both games. Okay, I like the Lumber Kings, the first one.
To sweep or to split?
Sweep.
Sweep. Lumber Kings to sweep.
Yeah.
Let's see. Lumber King versus Mean Machine. These are all teams here.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm not from around here, so I'm gonna take guesses.
All guesses. Go for it.
Lumber King versus Mean Machine. Okay, Mean Machine sounds like they're mean, so let's go with Mean Machine.
Okay.
They're gonna sweep them.
Do or die for Lumber, Norman.
Now, we've been saying it for a while, but now
But
it really
now
is.
it's really do or die. Like you could actually. We're not talking about going home. We played unreal last week. You know, we played with a lot of heart, and it just felt like, I don't know if you saw the videos. It felt like inches short of a sweep. JT diving play, Kushner diving play. We were there. We played great. Eddie Saka pitched amazing for, I don't know, 17 innings. You know?
Yes.
He gave up no runs till the 10th inning of the day.
Is there something to what Nanu said? Like, we don't know how to win. Like, you guys could have won 3-4 more games this year without exaggeration. Do you guys have a problem with learning how to win, and is that going to prevent you from winning on Sunday?
So it's funny because sometimes what happens with these teams is that if they lose a few close games early, then you say like, oh, well, we're not used to that guy getting that clutch hit. We're not used to that happening. So then it just doesn't happen.
Yeah.
You know? However, that being said, last week we did play with those clutch hits. You know, last week game one was defense,
What a
leather,
game.
leather.
What a game. 1-0 game. Love it.
We got a double from Jody, who moved them over, double with no outs, then they moved them over, and then
And
scored on a sac fly.
Like, beautiful.
Like, beautiful manufactured run, but like the least you can do to get that run, you know? And that held up the all 7 innings. So, and then
Your
game
prediction.
two-
Your prediction. No prediction, yes prediction. You either got to go sweep
So
or
they
not
wanted
guess.
me to go without a prediction.
But
Because they said locker room banter and all that. However, that being said, Nanu kind of gave a prediction.
he gave more than a
He
prediction.
gave
He
a guarantee. He
guaranteed it.
gave a guarantee.
Maybe a little bit, so you
I'm
put a
going
stop
number
to
three.
it. But like, I feel confident saying that like we're going to win this week too. You know, like we're probably gonna win all 4, but I'm guaranteeing a sweep this week.
Oh, okay, so you do
I'm
want to.
guaranteeing it.
I'm going lumber sweep.
Easiest,
Easy as that.
Easiest game to pick this week. Lumber Kings will sweep the Mean Machine, no doubt in my mind. Lumber Kings are a better team than Mean Machine at 2-8, even though Mean Machine is 5-5. Mean Machine, how they're 5-5, I still don't know. They'll be 5-7 at the end of this week. Lumber Kings will be 4-8 at the end of this week. You guys may have a playing game to get into the playoffs on Father's Day. Let's see. Okay. One hit, everybody knows the rules. Captain by Daniel Tawil. Philadelphia Phillies, captain by Jackie Tawil. Of
Great.
course, the great divorce. Maybe we'll send out that link again today about the Baltimore Chop.
Great
They're
video.
coming off championship years. This year, Dano is hovering at 500 and staying consistently on that 500 line. Won't veer left or right. He's staying center of the road at 500. JT is below 500 for a couple of weeks now. And so it doesn't look like there's championships in the near future for either of them coming off that Baltimore glory days. Very hard game for me to pick. I'd say the hardest one on the docket. The Phillies and one hit.
The Phillies in 1 hit.
Yep.
The Phillies
The Phillies to win both or to split?
to win both.
Oh, wow, that's bold.
Switching. One hit Phillies. I'll take Phillies.
Okay.
1 hit versus Philly. One hit's gonna sweep them.
Really? That's a bold prediction. Okay. Good.
And one hit versus Phillips. Sweep.
You want to go first? You're Cohen. You go first.
I'll go first. One hit with Dano seemed to split every single week, you know? And without fail, did they do it again last week? They win the first, lose the second?
Believe it or not, yeah.
So it's really hard to veer any other way. That being said, you have 2 World Series. And I wouldn't say I wouldn't see any championships in the future because it seems like these are both playoff teams.
I just like
you know?
to fuel the fire in every single clubhouse.
They're both playoff teams. So, no, they're not going to get the bye, most likely. They're not going to get a bye. But you get in the 3 to 4 seed. How many times have we seen the 3 or 4 seed win the whole thing? Many times. That being said, as a former Oriole, it's very hard for me to pick this game.
Orioles in
Play-
history now. You're a lumber king now. You got to pick between Phillies and one hit.
No, I understand, but I'm just factoring in both teams, and I know
Well, it would help
many
you.
players to the extent. I'll tell you, I want to go with a sweep one way to get the chat fueling a little bit, but I can't do it
Okay,
because
so don't.
because it's not going to happen. It's going to be a split. So I'm going to go split.
Okay. I have to go split as well. I hate to do it. I'd love to see a sweep either way because, it's just more exciting to predict a sweep. I did pick a Lumber sweep. I did pick a Maccabee sweep. And I did pick a White Walker sweep. So I'll go with one hit, splitting again, winning game 1, losing game 2. Whenever you split, you always rather win the game 2 because you leave feeling good. That's always how the way I felt. But one hit every week. It's amazing to me. But
it's pretty historic. I'm sure it's historic.
It has to be historic, and I think I don't know who they play the final week. I don't know who they didn't play yet, but I think they're just going to continue to do this,
7-7
until the playoffs come and they have to, do one way or the other.
Right.
What's your name?
My name is Ellen.
Ellen. Good luck with your predictions. Thank you so much.
Good luck to the teams too.
All right, you got it, Ellen. Thank you. All sweeps, no
Yep,
splits?
No splits.
Wow, sweeps all the way. Thank you, buddy. Good luck.
All right. Well, you got an iPod?
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. This
Bye-bye.
is Ivan.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good luck. What's your name?
Tiffany.
Tiffany, I'm coming around to see you, all right?
All right.
Thank you. Saul, thank you very much. Good luck this week in Lumber King Camp at 2-8. And we will see what happens in week 6 this Sunday morning. Saul,
great.
thank you for your time. Good luck, everybody. Is that you, Tiffany?
Yes, it's me.
You made some bold predictions. Are you standing by them or you want to change it up a little bit?
I'm standing by them.
All right, Tiffany, good luck.
Thank you.